Interview presented by Canaceutics Medical Dispensary, proudly serving New Mexico cannabis patients with trustworthy all-natural medicine since 2010.
Cage Minds, Micah Frankel at the JW Cafe.
Coffee.
We ran into these two coffee connoisseurs. Got Al Torres, Bart Lujan. We got wrestling coach and boxing coach.
Yes, sir.
Heard you guys had a big weekend recently going out to Amarillo, Peak Fighting Championships. 4-0, four very different kinds of fighters and fights. What do you guys got to say about the achievements?
Oh yeah, that's right, 2 females. It was awesome. I mean, it was a complete different thing, you know. But we all came together and helped out, did our little job there, and the fighters did excellent. They all did good.
You know, even starting back with Cody on his fight in Peak when we had it here, so me and Al was coached together in the corner for the first time. We know of each other and didn't really get to know each other. So from that point, I told Cody, I said, it was me, Al, and Mike John, and I said, that's it, Cody. Don't ever bring another coach in here again or I'll quit. This was the coaching team. This is the staff.
The dream team.
It worked so perfect. And watching little by little in the practices that I have here, you know, I have trying to work in the team unity, bringing Jacksonwink as a full-fledged team. Now, Jacksonwink and kind of everyone has little corners, you know. So like when I do on my breaks, we do Jacksonwink for break every time. It's Jacksonwink. Watching the weight cut for Lydia on her fight, working with her on her weight cut, that was a tough one. Nick picks me up, working with him. He got his weight cut down, but in between all that scenario, and I know Al can attest to that, is that we watched the team come together, weight cutting. We're there working out, and even if they weren't exactly our person or not, it didn't matter. We were Team 505, we were a Jacksonwink team, and everybody just helped everybody.
Yeah, it just all fell together, and at first it was everyone was looking at us like, who are these guys? Who are these guys? And then by the end of the night, you know what I mean? They knew we're 505.
Al, we've seen you before work with Cody East, so you're not foreign to MMA, but I'm sure working with a lot more athletes is a lot different because heavyweights are a specific type of strikers, and now you got a lot of different people that you've been working with. What's that been like now, getting in the MMA striking world?
You know what, I like it. I mean, I like throwing in the mix with the kicks and the elbows and the knees and different sizes, like you said, different styles. You know what I mean? But my main focus is that striking, making sure the guards are up, making sure their chin's down, just throwing their keeping it nice and tight and throwing their punches right. Then I'll add their kicks, but I need to get that part first because that's my job, is getting their striking down first. Then I'll add a few kicks and everything else. You know what I mean? But it's cool. I mean, I'm learning a lot from them just as much as they're learning from me. So you know, it's working out.
And what did you feel like the chemistry was like as you two started to do the practices?
Dude, this guy's a nut. This guy's a nut. I mean, we fit right in. You know what I mean? We're both nuts. So imagine us on the road together.
Yeah.
Forget it. There goes the neighborhood.
We can't go out on the weekends over here in Albuquerque, no.
Nah, we're good. You know, he knows,
strictly the weekend, strictly out of town.
He knows his wrestling, he knows his stuff, you know what I mean? And we just work good together.
What do you guys feel was good about the communication that first night, cornering Cody?
The best part is I've cornered with Wink many times, Wink and Greg, and so you know I've learned a lot in their style of coaching, which works in the style of coaching that I've learned from my dad and my uncles that were my wrestling coaches, and Mike Lujan from Santa Fe wrestling coach. You know, all these different things, and working with other coaches sometimes, you know, everybody's jumping up, they're screaming, they're yelling, they're talking over each other. And over here, what I loved was, because Wink's like that, okay, you go, okay, Barty's on the ground, you go, okay, hey, you're up. And it wasn't even an issue. He was right on point. His timing was perfect of where he was at and he was doing, and then I'll just try to reiterate an extra voice of the things he's saying, and then vice versa. If he's on the ground, I'm saying, you know, do this, I have, whatever. He's doing the same. So the flow was amazing.
And I've always done that too. I've always, you know, said, you know, in between rounds or during the round, let me know what's going on with all my assistant, with Ricky and everyone else. Let me know what's going on. I'm sure I'm seeing the same thing, but Josh only needs to hear one voice, or my fighter needs to hear just one voice. And it's the same way, you know what I mean? And I respect that. You know, because
Yeah.
I've been there, I know exactly how it is, you know what I mean? I don't want to be shouting and over.
So it's quite the endeavor you're taking on, Al, because you said it, your son, Josh Pitbull, Torres. So this, all the fighters you're working with here, this is in addition to what you're doing at the Team Pitbull gym.
Exactly, yeah, and I'm still there at the gym. Last night we had Team Tapia there, and we had a full house. I mean, a lot of sparring. So yeah, on top of this, I'm still got my stuff going on. And then I'm training in the day at the house, you know what I mean? Still got some clients going over there, so it's all day long grinding.
And you guys didn't take like a small opportunity to get your feet wet or anything?
No, we just jumped right in.
First fight's a heavyweight title fight.
Yeah, boom, right back.
I ain't got time to waste.
The last fight me and Cody had was his first King of the Cage championship at Sunshine. First fight back, same one. Well, not the same one, but another title fight. Yeah.
And what did you guys think of those 4 performances again from this most recent trip? It was the second win that you guys got to see from Nicholas Gjelaj. We know that was a big win for Karla. She had a fight just fall out at the event here, and to cut weight again and to be ready. I'm sure there's some kind of hurdles that she cleared there you guys saw.
We were stressing the weight for a little bit, you know what I mean? Because she was over a little bit. I mean, I kept on her, but she said, you know what? I'll get there. So we did it. I mean,
she found her way. That was the amazing part, you know.
I think the scale was on our side too, though.
Something helped. But then it wasn't on our side a few times either, though.
It wasn't, yeah.
We had a major scale issue out there. They didn't have the right platform. Some of the platform got left at the last event they were at. The scale was wiggling everywhere.
So we fixed it one of the times, and then he took that off.
It was hell.
It was awful.
And poor, Nick, he's sucking down very hard.
Yeah.
He's a fighter. He's doing what it takes, and he's sucking his way down. So I had him, Karla, she's doing her thing. Cody's tripping out a little bit. He's nervous. Of course, it's his fiance, and it's hard. And I told Cody, I said, look, Cody, us growing up, no coach ever held our hand. They said, be on weight tomorrow. And we were out there by ourselves figuring it out. And yes, we've had some people, hey, little tricks here and there. That's all we can do. And well, as everybody knows, Coach Bart would get in that sauna, asked Lydia for 10.5 hours, made sure she cut weight. But I did, when she asked me, and I didn't let her down. Nick asked me, I won't let you down. I mean, he'll tell you, I didn't drink water or eat until we made weight in my life.
This guy was cutting weight like if he was fighting.
I saw that too. You were leaning on me. You don't remember this.
Yeah,
you were leaning on me.
Something, then poor Nick did. Couldn't even talk.
So going into these scenarios, from there, coach supporting, we're supporting. I told Cody, let Karla find her way. Yeah. She'll do it. And I told Karla, worst case scenario in the end, wrestling coach Bart is gonna. I'll make sure you make it one way or the other because my name is on this now. If I gotta pop you in the nose and bleed you out, you will make weight. Trust me, in wrestling we've done these things. You know what? She found her way, and her biggest, beautifulest thing was she says, I'm sitting there suffering in the sauna, and she decided to start to pray. She prayed. She said, I started to pray. Then
and then she said, you know what? I'm gonna make it.
I know what to do.
At that point, she was maybe like 3-4 pounds over.
Wrong there, yeah.
She goes, you know what? I already prayed on it. I'm gonna make it. And that was the morning of. And sure enough, well,
she made it.
She made it under. She made it under.
You're right. Nick and her were under. You're right.
Yeah, she was under. They were both under. So I mean, it worked out. And I mean, we had a great weekend.
Everybody coming together. All the other fighters don't really know him, maybe know of him. And I was like, okay, we gotta hit some mitts, guys. So I'm gonna have Cody and Coach work with you. And me and Diego are very, very close. Diego Brandao. Besides Diego Sanchez. And Diego says like, Coach. I said, Diego, do you trust me? Of course I do, Coach. Then pay attention. By the end of the mitts, he looks at me and says, I like him, Coach. I said, I told you. We're here to do things right.
Yeah, exactly.
And he fell in love with him. He fell in love with his flow.
Hand wraps.
He's got that street style like we do, you know what I mean? Plus technique, so that street fighter with technique. And
strength. Mm-hmm. That boy has some strength.
Oh, good Lord.
He used it. I mean, the guy he fought was no joke.
He hit Stone Cody. What the hell was that? I don't know what they're doing ground and pound. He jumps up and goes, wow.
Cody had a big whip at it. Jumpsuit. Now you know how we feel.
Now you know we feel, Cody. Payback.
So there's a lot of dedication that you guys have to your athletes.
Oh, absolutely. You know, we're gonna get in there. If we get punched, we get punched. But at least, you know what I mean. They know.
And him coming into the picture, I when I found out, because we had used Tim Salazar when you had started with Cody, so I wasn't there with him.
Rest
Cody.
in peace.
Rest in peace. And man, you know, especially in mixed martial arts, you have to have specific each point, and then we got to put it together. You know, and watching back then when Cody had his hand, and then when he said he brought out, and I said, boom, I knew, and I could already see the change in practice. And like now, some of the guys are starting to fall in love with that part of for that. And my son, Abran, decides he wants to fight, so he's gonna fight July 15th. They got on the card, and he's been working with every day, man.
Well, if we think Bart already doesn't yell a lot during fights, I can imagine what's going to happen with a run in there.
I've coached.
I'm not going to hit him because I'm going to take the lead there on that one.
I've coached Abran all his life. You know, I've been a coach for 34 years. I mean, there is, like the other night, you know, we had to go over some things. Abran, how did you feel tonight? I said, I need to talk to you when we got home. I said, I need to talk to you as your coach, not as your dad today, right now. And he knows this. And we sat down, we went over a few things. Hey, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about that? How do you feel about this fight? You know, it's gonna be his amateur debut, and the guy Jeffrey set him up with is Jeffrey Chavez, the manager here, set him up with the guy who's 2-1. You know, so it's a little nerve-wracking, but you know, I believe in Jeffrey feels that this is the right fight for him. That's why he's the manager. You know, so we go with it. You know, we're studying it, taking care of these things.
Well, I don't know about that, but I have confidence in your son.
Yeah,
I know your son can. You know what I mean? I know your son is. So what he's made of, what he has inside, Joe.
It's going to be an exciting fight. Abran, well, as we all saw once on TV, when he got in trouble at the state tournament for fighting. So we know he's a dog.
He's got it. I've seen him in the gym before. We've seen it.
But he's an athlete.
He's an athlete.
He's a fighter. Remember, he has.
So Abran just found in love here with Coach as his coach. He's, you know, of course you got Cody with him, and but all the athletes. Nick just was like, my God, I love this guy. I know who this guy is. I kept telling him, this is Josh's dad. Josh told him, like,
and then he said,
oh my God, you know. I said, so if Josh is doing what he's doing, well, let's pay attention here, you know. Give a guy an opportunity. Let's see what you think you like, and they're all falling in love with it. And it's very specific situations.
So what we got here is the start of a beautiful relationship.
Yeah, absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely.
Brother in
Who knows
Christ.
where we're gonna go with it, you know?
Brother in Christ and everything, you know.
Our first time getting to talk with the Gruesome Twosome, everybody.
Yeah. Give us a couple months and we'll get right back at you.